Hey everyone, me Kevin here. We have breaking news. Welcome back. We have new details just out on the new compromise stimulus proposal from the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus. The New York Times and Politico have just this morning released multiple details on this last-ditch effort to get stimulus flowing. This is not coming from the top. This is not coming from Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Mitch McConnell. It's not coming from the leadership. In fact, the leadership is pissed off that the Problem Solvers Caucus is just releasing this bill to the media. Well, let's get into the details of this, because the details are actually pretty dang good. Just remember, as usual, you can still get one stock now worth up to $1,600 by signing up with Webull. Just deposit $100, and you will get one free stock worth up to $1,600. Also get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes. And join me via the programs linked below. Okay, here we go. Let's get into the flow chart and see exactly what is inside of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this to what I predicted was coming yesterday. I just used the same skeleton flowchart and just added to it. So that way we can compare and sort of at least hold Meet Kevin a little accountable. So yesterday I said that I thought this compromise bill would come in between $1.3 and $1.8 trillion. It's a little tricky. It's actually 1.5, but there are scalars that mean this bill is actually worth between 1.3 and $2 trillion because they're putting automatic stabilizers in. So that's the size. Stimulus checks. So far, it does include $1,200 for filers, and the New York Times said $1,200 or more. They said or more. I had assumed that it was going to be $1,200 and $500. I didn't think there was going to be the or more. So I don't know what that means. I don't want to get my hopes up on that. The New York Times and Politico did not mention anything about dependents, though I am sure that dependents are going to be in there, so I'm going to leave that in orange, but it's not confirmed yet. PPP round 2, as we expected yesterday, confirmed. I yesterday mentioned that we will probably see some form or we need rental assistance and food aid. And folks, we have it. This bill has it. It has some form of food aid. We're not yet sure how much. That detail hasn't been released. We've got $400 million in money for elections. We've got $25 billion, yes, for mortgage and rental assistance. Thank goodness. We were going to have an eviction crisis in the real estate market because what did I say in the video yesterday? I said we need mortgage and rental assistance, or at least rental assistance, because we are at least $21 billion behind in rent as a nation in this country. That means people haven't paid rent, and that's how much back rent has been sort of accrued, and that's leading to evictions. This is what we need. $25 billion covers that entirely. And then I had, my guess was that there would be some form of rental assistance, and that's exactly what we're seeing in this. So this is really, really good. Okay, I had guessed on unemployment pay yesterday that we would see $300 to $400 likely through the end of the year. It's actually better. It's going to be $450 for 8 weeks if this passes, and $600 in lost wages for an additional 5 weeks. I think when they say lost wages, that means it scales based on a percentage of how much you earned. Maybe that's 60 to 70% wage replacement figure. So it'll be $450 for everyone for 8 weeks. Not sure about the dates yet. Those details are to come. So expect another video later today with even more details as they come out. We've got the $600 in lost wages. That'll be for an additional 5 weeks. That's really good. And again, that'll scale to your pay. We've also got automatic triggers, which really says if the pandemic gets worse, the unemployment could get extended. And this is what's possibly going to move the cost of the bill up to $2 trillion, or if the economy gets better, down by $200 billion. Okay, I had guessed there would be $150 to $400 billion in state and local aid. Better, folks, better. We've got $500 billion to state and local governments in this. There was a quote in this piece as well, and there's more in this bill as well. In revealing this, the group is seeking to send a signal to Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the leaders, I'm assuming here, White House negotiators, the lead White House negotiators, Mark Meadows, Chief of Staff, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, so on, blah, 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 that there's ample common ground to be found in talks that have remained dormant for weeks. Good, so this is really what you're getting here is an uprising from the people within Congress, not the leadership that's just bickering. Kevin McCarthy says, well, Nancy Pelosi doesn't want a deal, not until after the election. So casting a little bit of negativity here, but, it'll be interesting. The leadership is upset by this, but it's good because if you've got this uprising, this has a really good shot. Liability protections were actually not mentioned yet. Did not see that. So wrong on that. Any kind of payroll tax waiver was not mentioned, that permanent forgiveness. I guessed 100 to 150 billion for schools. I thought that it would go up due to the fact that, well, school is now in session and we need more money. They're coming in with 130 billion. For the post office, I guessed yesterday 10 to 15 billion. They're coming in with 15 billion. Yesterday, I guessed for COVID, they would do 50 to 100 billion for testing, tracing, treatment. They're coming in with 100 billion. We still do not have anything on the unlikely items I mentioned yesterday. SALT tax deduction, EIDL, Heroes Pay, mortgage forbearance, cleanup terms. None of those were mentioned. But again, we do have, and a lot more details are going to come out about this. But folks, this right here is game-changing. I mean, this is like market game-changing to have the 25 billion here in market and rental assistance, or mortgage and rental assistance, excuse me. Food aid, obviously great, but very, 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 very good here, folks. I am jumping up and down. I cannot wait to get my hands on more of these details. If you'd like this quick preview, go ahead and share it, like the video, subscribe if you want more. Check back. You may not get the notification later today. Check back on this channel for more details.